in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows. There's a man with a passion that everybody knows. He's got a collection that'll make you stare. Vintage pocket knives laid with tender care.
Howdy everybody, welcome to HT's EDC. Got my little co-host out here with me this morning, Miss Maddie, and we also have Old Faithful Miss Abby right here on standby, watching all the proceedings. You want to get down, girl? Tell them bye. Tell them bye. Okay. We're set up here from the old, sitting on top of the cover of the old bubble tub this morning, out here on the back patio. And as you can see, the newly cleaned up, look at those wheels, come on, huh? We got the newly Gran green, because this is Miss T's deer buggy machine right here. The green machine, Gran green machine. Get it right, HT. We got that cleaned up, got all the pollen and funk off of it yesterday. It had been sitting for idle probably for the better part of a month, and still had all that April and May pollen all over it. So I think we got her green again. So some of y'all saw my video yesterday. We were splishing and a splashing, but yeah. So that is the backdrop this morning. Hope y'all like it. And anyway, we are going to get into what you're toting. And you know how we already start that off. Gotta start it off with Pocket Jesus, because everybody needs a little Jesus in their life. Amen. Follow that up with the Holy Land Pocket Cross, Prayer Cross. Always good to hold on to that during your prayers, I think. I know a lot of people do. What else? We got usual suspect, the old Streamlight Micro Stream flashlight. What else? Got some change. Got a little change in my pocket. Going jing-a-ling-a-ling. I won't sing that. That's Georgia Satellites. You guys know that song? Maybe. What else we got? Oh yeah, showed this yesterday in my, come on, we gotta do better than that. You failed it on camera, HT. There we go. Nice and authoritative. This is my dedicated, and it goes, as you guys can see, got this little pack here on the back of my mule. I don't know how good you can see it, but this knife goes right here in this front right pocket. The old Cold Steel 4-Max Scout, and look at this beefy mastodon right here. Look at that back lock, and of course this is the ever popular triad lock. As you can see right here, has that big notch, and if you can turn it around there, that notch intersects with that bar in there, and it makes arguably the strongest lock back on the market. For my money, it is. And this is just an excellent beefy, this is basically my fixed blade that folds, and it'll go right there in that little pack on the back of the seats. This thing is awesome. Should have brought a stick over here or something, but folks, I don't know how good you can see, but this thing just lends itself to chopping. If you need to do some light chopping or de-limbing, this thing sharp will whack them right off, lickety split. Honestly, can do, not saying to do, but can do 100% some light batoning. You know, your little stuff like this, inch and a half stuff, with this triad lock, I would, again, not recommending you do it, but if you're out there and you need a little kindling, again, some more, small diameter sapling stuff, this triad lock's not going to fail you. You could tap on this spine and do some of that, and definitely, like I say, chopping, I can't explain to you the shape of this handle, how this just feels for chopping. Honestly, and the weight of it, how it just lends itself to come down in a chop, honestly, better than a lot of fixed blades I do have, bush crafting fixed blades. This just wants to do this motion right here. And like I say, with that back lock, the triad lock, and a big fat beefy blade like this, I mean, look at that. Look at the start of that spine right there. This is blade right here. I mean, that thing is a behemoth. Anyway, I feel like anything that I'm in that mule right there, if I'm out and about and need to do something, need a good strong knife, this does it. And do got a little piece of paper here, got some notes on here. We just took her inside. Did have a little, and a lot of people are going to say, well, don't you get that wet? Does that stay outside all the time in that? It does. Am I recommending that? No, but this is OS 10, a very stainless steel, and it stays right there in that pack. So yeah, sometimes definitely it gets parked under a lean-to. Cold weather out here, it gets, frost and all that. I did have just the specklings, a few specks, and honestly, I see maybe, I don't even know if you'll see it, yeah, right up there, I missed one. Some very light surface rust. I went in there, took some 1000 grit sandpaper, and knocked 97% off, and it wasn't bad. There was a couple little dots here and there, not deep at all. Took some 1000 grit sandpaper and, took care of it. And I don't know if you can see here, but I've got it coated now with some oil, and it's fixing to, I got this parked here. You can see my rags drying out. I'm just letting this thing completely dry, but got a good coat of oil on it. And yeah, it's gonna go right back in that mule. And yes, this thing is crazy sharp. Yeah, it's ready to go. Matter of fact, it will go right there. So that is HT's Gran green machine carry. So that's a whole thing now, by the way. Told y'all the other day, my wife's actual favorite color is green, and now she has been deemed Gran since we are grandparents now. So Gran green. We got HT red and we got Gran green. So that's a whole thing now. Tongue in cheek. We just have fun with it. Don't weigh too much into that. But that's what we're going to call it around these parts. Anyway, what I'm going to get into today, we're going to do a Trapper Thursday. I'm sure that's an open tag somewhere. The two T's go together, Trapper Thursday, Trapper Tuesday. I'm just showing a trapper today, and it happens to be Thursday, so no, hopefully ain't step on anybody's toes on an open tag. I'm just showing a trapper. We'll leave it at that. Sipping today, before we get into it, we are sipping some bottled water with the old Mio, and it ain't even the Mio, it's the Walmart brand. Got a Great Value water here, and got the Great Value fruit punch flavored water. So trying to do, got a nice bee flying around me here too. Trying to get off the sugar drinks. I've been splurging too much, so there is that. Real quick, two things I want to say before I show this knife. I know I ain't showed the knife yet. The knife will be quick. On a serious note, please pray for Brother Tim over at Tim's School of Fish. You probably, he did a video on this himself. He has a far more reaching channel than mine, but this is one of those, if the event you're not subscribed to Tim's School of Fish, and you're watching my channel, he needs our prayers right now. He himself has had a bout with some kind of GI problems, gastrointestinal. He said he has lost like 50 pounds. Tim's a big guy, one of us big boys, but 50 pounds, that's a lot of weight. And he has been having, can't hold anything down. He's been to the doctor for it. And I think he said that he is about leveled out now, and he thinks he's coming out of the woods with it. But his daughter, oh shoot, Miss Haley, almost forgot it there. And this is part of my notes right here. See there, Tim's, Haley, and I used it to cut that paper up earlier. But Miss Haley, she has special needs. She is one of her Tim's children, and she is a special needs child, and she has got this GI thing going on now. I know there's been some, I believe, a lot of vomiting, a lot of bloody stool, bloody diarrhea, not to be too gross, but very scary stuff. And Tim says she's already lost like 20 pounds. And from what I understand, she don't have 20 pounds to lose. So it's not good at all. So they have just been having a time with stomach issues. And I know they're running a lot of tests right now. And I don't know that they've got any definitive answers, if I've heard right in your video, Brother Tim. But scary times around Tim's School of Fish, Tim's household. And I know as a father, I can only imagine seeing my daughter. If we get sick, shoot, if I got sick and lost 50 pounds, I'd be praising the Lord. But not, when it comes to our kids, man, that is scary stuff. So immediately when I watched your video last night, Tim, I sent up a prayer for you. Actually, me and Jeff Jackson, shout out to you, Jeff. Jeff had hit me up on Facebook last night, and he's like, hey, did you see Tim's School of Fish? So we were networking, and I'm like, crazy you said that, Jeff. I had just got through watching his video, but anyway, I know Jeff's praying. He was reaching out to me to see if I had seen it, and I had just seen it, ironically. But let's keep that family in our prayers. Hopefully they get to the bottom of that. And get Miss Haley all lined out and on the up and up. But my heart goes out to you, Tim, as a father, and as a friend, brother in Christ. We lift you up, brother. So please, I ask, send one up or more for Brother Tim and Miss Haley. So there is that. On a lighter note, we got on the bucket hat again today. I sent out a bunch of the first wave of stickers and swag yesterday. And folks, the thing that warmed my heart more than anything yesterday was JC Mountain Ajar. He did a little short video with him and his adorable daughter, Miss Nyla, in the back seat. I believe he was taking her to school, and they showed off their buck knives. And Miss Nyla, she had her lightweight buck knife in the back seat. YouTube, it was fake. It was a plastic knife, but she had her pretend buck. She was kicked out. She was decked out with her bucket hat. JC had his bucket hat, and he showed the buck 450 in that video yesterday. And folks, JC, she wins. Shut it down, brother. She will be the cutest buck and bucket hat broette, because we're unisex here. It's called the brothers, the bros, but I guess I should have put bros or broettes, because 1000% Miss Nyla is initiated. She is part of the club, and she was adorable. She is a little angel. So shout out to y'all. Love that video. Gonna get y'all some swag, you know, new member for the Buck and Bucket Club, and we're gonna get you and the family, gonna send a bunch of them your way, JC, some new swag. So thank you, buddy. That was awesome. All right, so we're at 15 minutes and we ain't talked about a trapper. I won't hold you much longer. Today, what we're toting, and we're gonna tote this knife too, talk about it and tote it, in a small maglock. You know it. Hopefully you love it. If you ever get one, you will. Today, we are looking at this guy right here. Good old yellow Delrin. Yes, sir. Full-size 54 trapper in chrome vanadium, which is by far my favorite steel that old XX has ever made. But this one is a little unique. Check this out. That's right. What would be the artist formerly known as a spey blade has been modified into a razor. That's right. Got our full little California clip here, and of course got a nice gray hue patina. Looks awesome on this against this yellow Delrin. But this has been modified, and we have a razor. And from what I understand, this knife has been passed around. I don't know what owner I am of this knife, because I know the person, I got this in a horse trade, and the person I got it from, I'm assuming maybe I thought he was probably the original owner, but I was showing this off to one of my knife buddies, and they were like, oh, I remember when so-and-so, I won't say your name in case it wasn't, but you know, I'm about 95% that used to be so-and-so's. Well, so-and-so wasn't the so-and-so that I got it from, so who knows? This thing may have been kicked around. I may be the 4th, 5th, 6th owner, who knows? But I can tell you this, I may be the last, because this is pretty cool to me. I love it. I am not, and full disclosure, a razor fan. I know there's a bunch of guys in the community. K-Knox, my buddy 865 Knives up there in Knoxville, Tennessee. He is a razor knife enthusiast, loves them, he's got a awesome collection of them, and several of you other guys love this blade shape. I don't own a razor till this, and in this configuration, I don't know. This may be the one and only I ever have, but I thought a case trapper, 54 trapper in chrome vanadium with a razor mod on it, I just find it cool. I just find it unique. And heck, if nothing else, keep it in my collection. Just to say I've got a razor experience. I do have a nice knife with a razor blade on it. But I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyway, not much to say about this. You guys know probably the number one selling knife by Case Knives. Every pattern they ever come out with has the 54 full-size trapper. Yellow Delrin, one of the most classic covers that Case has ever done. So everything here, chrome vanadium, a throwback steel, everything is old school 54 trapper till this. That right there sets this one, in my opinion, just makes this cool as a Calico Cat. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So shout out to my little buddy that made the horse trade with me. You know who you are. And I am loving this. It's in my pocket today. Check out the snap, which is very good. Listen to that. Awesome. Beautiful. The old school Case, just round Case shield in the middle. you guys know, brass liners, brass pins. It's a yellow Delrin case trapper, but this one is, I'm sorry, it's found a home here. It's HT cool now, and it would take some kind of trade to get this out of my collection now. This probably is where the buck, not a buck knife, but the case stops, is probably right here in this front right pocket. So just wanted to show you all that today. Sorry it was so long-winded before we got to the knife. I told you I wouldn't hold you long on the knife. Not much to say. It's an awesome case trapper with a razor mod on it instead of a spey blade. So anyway, we're going to get off here. Again, remember Brother Tim in your prayers, and Miss Haley. That is more important than any of this stuff that I've showed today. So remember them in prayer, and I'm going to get off here. Love you guys, and we're going to see you on the next one. I'm HT, and we are out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT's